Good morning, Gig Harbor. Back here, we're going to do a couple battles regarding the upcoming Timeless Cup. Again, that's going to be starters with 5 others from Gens 1 through 4. A few type restrictions here. I'll pull up the rules here just to give you a refresher. So I've got a couple of teams kind of ready for this. I haven't drained a lot of resources or anything. I'm just kind of looking at Pokemon here. I'm gonna have a couple people send me some battles and just kind of fly by the seat of our pants here. See what happens. After we do those battles, I want to get into the PvPoke training item here. I've talked about this a couple of times, where you can go in and actually run simulations that you're interactive with. It doesn't do a lot for strategy type items. Well, a little bit, because it'll allow you to know what big moves you can reasonably take and not have to worry too much or burn a shield if you don't want to. But as far as like doing swap outs and predicting what the opponent's doing, it's not real great. But it'll give you some base information to kind of play around with. But while we wait for that battle request to come in, I think we've got Jaro and Reaper waiting to do some battles here. I've also got the chart that I was talking about in the last video resized properly, so you can kind of see it saying 1, pick your starter Pokemon. It's got a couple up there. So say you want to use Blastoise here, the next its partner that you want to pick is going to be one of the grass types. Here's a few examples in each one. Next one there, you want to pick a 3 or a 5. It's just gonna provide a little more coverage that maybe you might have to cover Blastoise for, or a water type for. Then you got 5 and 6, which is going to be Poison and Fire. I'm leaning towards Poison right now, just because the Fire, if I have to use Cast Form, I'm going to be really, really sad. And then a 7 and 8. It looks like all of them are going to have the 7 and 8 option. So Ice and Dragon are going to be pretty popular, I think. So let me check in with this guy and see where we're at. Oh, but yeah, the PvPoke train, like I said, we'll get into it a little bit. It's great because you can actually throw in just a random opponent on the other side. So Timeless Cup, I might like to keep it at Rival. You can go into Elite, but then it makes me want to be competitive and try and win it, and that's not what I'm using it for. So but go to random, you can add your Pokemon here on the side, which we're going to actually create a team here after these battles are over. As you can see from the graphic, there's some anticipation on what the starters are going to be chosen most. And we got little Empoleon on the very, very, very bottom of this thing, being all sad. So I think we're going to build a team around Empoleon today and run it through. Where is way down there? Combuskin's ahead of him. There we go. Number 106 out of all the Pokemon. His poor, sad little Empoleon. So, alright, looks like our battle has come through. So, I'll give Jaro a go here. As you can see, I was kind of already tinkering around with Empoleon. But I've got a couple teams saved. One's based around Swampert, which is the team I think we're going to use. I've got another one based around Blaziken. I actually got a Blastburn Blaziken that's CP 208, so it's going to take a little work to bring up. I was actually thinking maybe I'll just wait until Community Day, get another one. Won't have to power up so much, and it'll actually be a little better rank-wise. So we'll go time, and I think Swampert is my 2 team. Alright, so I kind of built this team based on the chart here. We got Swampert at the top, number 2 for grass. I've got Crawdilly, which it works. I mean, it's got a little bit of versatility in the moves, so I'm not sold on it yet, but we're going for it. And then 4, 5 rock, water, or poison. I've got Gloom hiding in there. 5 and 6 poison or fire. I've got Macargo in there. I'm not going to be using a 453 Macargo, but we'll see. Maybe I will. And then ice and dragon. Do I have a dragon in this one? Flygon. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and take the 3 that are actually powered up. And so the way I'm kind of thinking this is, who's the safe switch? Crawdilly, probably. Swampert's gonna hurt some things, but get hurt by some things, so yeah, let's just open with Swampert. Probably predictable, but we'll see what happens here. And Jaro is pretty tricky when it comes to doing these battles, so got to keep an eye on him here. So he's opening with gas form. I was just talking about gas form. I don't want to use it. I don't want to. I've got one ready to go. Don't want it to come to that, though. And the problem with this cup, really, for me, is trying to figure out any kind of safety in any of the picks. I mean, you've got fire's going to be destroyed by water. I should have went for the poison move there. Fire's going to be destroyed by water. Water's going to be destroyed by grass. I mean, everything just kind of destroys everything. So let that Hydro Cannon through. Not sure why. He's probably got something up his sleeve here, but we'll see. So far we haven't had to change out of our lead, which is fine. He's got cast form in the back, so I probably want to swap Swampert out here. Let's go Crawdilly. Crawdilly is probably weak to ice, but let's see. I'm going to go for that rock slide. Or maybe I should bait him with the grass knot. Yeah, grass knot. Hydro Pump almost gets me, so we're not going to bait. We're just going to go for it, but we're not going to make it. Ice versus ice. Cloyster. He's using my own Pokemon against me. This is harsh. Okay. Ice Beam's probably not going to be too effective on cast form, but we shall see. Again, I don't know much about the Pokemon that we got here. I just kind of go through and pick a few and start running some battles with them, see if I can make anything work. Wow. Solar Beam is not good for Lapras. Should have this wrapped up. Yeah. What was his last mon? No, he's got one more. Cloyster. Ah. But I forget what I was saying there. Anyway, so at these battles, I'm just going through and testing some stuff. You know, I'm not really in love with anything quite yet. Trying to figure out what feels comfortable and what doesn't. And I think we're going to change this up. We'll still base it around Swampert, but his team is not ready, so we'll go to our little keyboard shortcut and see what else we have available to us, what else we want to see. There's a lot of stuff I have already prepped from previous cups, like Quagsire. Let's see, what's on the list here. We got Quagsire, Whiscash, I already got ready. I think I got a new one, though. Celio, we've already got ready. So let's go, just to give Jaro here a little bit of a better challenge. We'll go into this one and not use the starter this time. Oh, here, let's have some fun. We'll go Pseudo, Dragonair. What would be something else fun to bring? I want to see Roserade. See if I can get any play with Roserade here. Poison Grass is gonna be nice, as it'll cut through the water, should cut through the water, and then Poison will take the grass too. Oh, little Monferno. Sudowoodo I've used in a couple of freestyle tournaments. I don't think I've used it in any actual themed cups. And by use, I mean I brought it on my team. I don't think I've ever actually used it in a battle. I'm gonna block that. See if I can't get a couple of moves saved up here, and we'll swap out. Oh, this is not... it'll be fine. Monferno's down low enough. He's not going to hurt Roserade. Let's see, she's got a poison move. Looks like Sludge Bomb, which I think will actually hurt Abomasnow quite a bit here, if I'm not mistaken. It will. Can I get to another one, though, with shields down? No. So, I mean, a lot of what I'm looking for in these beginning stages is Pokemon that'll be safe switches, basically. That'll be able to stand up, so, you know, you put your hard hitter or your vulnerable Pokemon in to begin with. It goes down, or it has a bad matchup right off the gate. You have something kind of hardy that you can change into and not necessarily win that next matchup, but take some hits and let you kind of regroup. Even if you can push or slightly lose that matchup, sometimes you're in a good enough position to make a comeback. Oh, it's only going to take one hit. Roserade actually did a lot of work there. Alright, so let's do one more with Jaro here. 1000 Stardust. Woohoo! I like Stardust. You know, things like Sudowoodo. It's not going to be a safe switch. I think I was reading somewhere Skunktank's going to be a pretty good safe switch. Drapion. I think the poisons might actually be pretty big in this cup. But again, I'm very, very early on in the testing. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, let's give him another go here. And what do we want to do? I really want to find a home for Politoed. Probably anticipate the water first, though, so let's do Frost. Open with Frostlass and save a Shadow Ball, maybe? How's ground gonna hold up? I wonder. Let's put Marowak in there and see what ground will do. Not necessarily that you're going to use Marowak. I mean, Dig. At least I've got Dig on this one. Takes forever to get to. Well, looks like we lost our battle. It takes forever to get to. I'm sure, you know, I was trying to use it in the last cup, and as a lead, it wasn't too bad because I could sit there and farm up some energy, and then I would usually swap him out, and hopefully shields are down at the end, and he's got a Dig loaded and ready, and Dig will actually hit pretty hard. But you start doing that and it becomes pretty predictable. You know, that's what you're trying to do. And all of a sudden you've got a hard counter meeting you right at the beginning. But, you know, Marowak's fun. I like Alolan better, but Marowak will do in a pinch. I'll try and pull that trick, get Frostlass saved up to a Shadow Ball and swap it out. Maybe have some Shadow Ball spam at the end of it here. I mean, they're just kind of petting each other right now. So I'm not sure what the bug Illumise has to offer as far as moves go. But I know I've got probably close to 2 Shadow Balls loaded right now. So we're going to go ahead and slap her a couple more times and swap out to water. That was a slow swap out. I'm a little embarrassed by that. Weak connection again. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that, but I've been seeing a lot of the battles getting interrupted by weak connection or weird lags. So let's see what Illumise has for Bug Buzz. It hurts, but we've still got a Surf ready to go. We're going to take another shield from him here. And usually I'd have a fire with me, but whatever. Can't win them all. Where are you going? Ooh, is ground weak to poison? Let's find out. Oh, not good. I know grass will swap out. Grass will melt to ice, so let's see what Charo's got planned for us here. Just gonna spam the Shadow Ball, and look, I'm doing Avalanche. It works. Gotta adjust on the fly, I suppose. And I've still got a little bit of Shadow Ball built up. Oh. Houndoom. Interesting. That's fire. Yeah, not good. I like that. Why wasn't Houndoom on my list? So what, fire and dark? Might have to add that one. Anyways, GG's Jaro. So what do we learn about those matchups? Roserade does alright. Crawdilly still feels like a safe switch. I want to believe it is. We still got to test Skuntank. I've been seeing Skuntank brought up in a few videos on it's the way to go. Let's see if we can build a team around Empoleon that I'll be able to actually use here. And I'd really like to see some Empoleon play. Maybe in one of my unweighted tournaments I'll bring an Empoleon team just to see if I can do anything with it. Let's see. Get you back. Why did I try and click OK with the mouse? Okay, so Empoleon, friend. We'll do our time cup search. Goes a lot quicker outside of the battle screen to do that shortcut. I don't know if that's just my phone or if it's just the battle. Okay, so where are you, Empoleon? I think I had you 1492. Oh, you're a starter. That's right. You are not going to be there. There you go. I loved using that Pokemon in Sinister. Waterfall, just in the right situations, Waterfall melted. You melt whatever it starts with, and then you actually have a charge move saved up, and you can do, like I said before, swap out and save up that charge move for whatever's there at the end. The only real issue I had is I like to burn shields from the opponent, and you're not doing that with Waterfall. You can save up to the one, but generally you're going to use a shield. They're not going to, because you're not throwing any charge moves, so you're already kind of at a shield disadvantage. So I don't really enjoy that. I don't like the Charmers. I don't like Razor Leaf all that much. It's not what I want to do. I'd rather go in with Raichu or something spammy. We're going to go over here to, like I said, change this to Timeless Cup. We're going to keep it on Rival and Random. If you do want to put your own 6 in there, you can enter them in. This will actually come in handy after you've got your team set and you kind of know what the meta is, or you know what the popular Pokemon are. You can actually go in and add them and be able to go up against them with whatever moves are recommended. So it's just, if you've got no one to practice with, middle of the night like it is right now, you can go through here and run some practice and gain some information. They do have this featured teams down here where YouTubers or popular PvPers or good PvPers will submit teams for use. So you can go down there and actually go up against their specific teams, and it'll be the same every time. But we're gonna go to Random and come down here to Battle. I think I'm gonna open with Roserade here. Charizard is probably going to bring some heat. Ice is gonna melt it. It's already going to hurt Roserade. So let's go with Kingdra and Empoleon. Not going to go to toe-to-toe with Charizard with Magmortar. I think that'd be a bad idea. Okay, so, basically this is just going to go through the simulation here. You can click here to auto-tap, which I do, because all I'm concerned about really is how much damage it's taken, as well as hitting off its charge moves. Alright? I'm not going to shield a lot doing this, because I want to see how bad it hurts. Dragon Claw is going to hurt Kingdra pretty bad. Only about halfway. So Kingdra versus Charizard, you could probably get away with using a shield and taking one of those. And that's what I'm talking about. So, if I use Kingdra for a lead and Charizard came in, you saw how much damage Kingdra was doing. You can basically sit there and go toe-to-toe with Charizard. You shield that fast move, or the charge move, and then you keep using your fast move, and hopefully using something like this, you can determine when the next charge move's coming, and you can swap out. So, it just kind of helps you develop some idea of when you're in trouble, and when you can kind of hang in there and kind of take it, So let's see, can we replay this matchup? I want to try and get that Kingdra Charizard back. These levels are going to simulate just like they are in game. Great. It's still got the switch timer on it. So not now, just let Roserade go, because that's not what I'm interested in right now. Right now I want to see Charizard and Kingdra. So Kingdra's just chunking him away, but the damage that Charizard's doing is very minimal. If I go ahead and block, even if Charizard had started full, I could sit there and take like 4 more of those fast moves from Charizard, and then I could swap out before it gets to a Blast Burn. So now you'll have Kingdra with a fully charged move, or one that's very nearly charged. So it's very useful. You swap Kingdra out in those situations and keep it on the back burner until the end of the match. You might come in with no shields down, or maybe you need to get through a shield still. As soon as Kingdra comes in, you can throw that charge move and hopefully make something happen. See, now I want to win. I haven't even been paying attention to these other matchups talking about Kingdra and Charizard, but now I see I can win, maybe? So in this one it's great too, because you charge it up and you have to click it to the 3 rings that you see up there, but once it's there you don't have to keep clicking it. It'll just stay there. Nah, I'm not going to win. That's fine. I don't care about winning in this situation. Okay, so that was their first 3. Gives you a readout of how much damage everybody did. Your opponents, who was the thing that did the most to your team. So you might want to take a closer look at that and what team makeup you used. We're going to go to next round and pick a different 3 here. So let's go with Magmortar, Nidoqueen, and Polion. Magmortar, can you beat Bellossom? I hope so. I see that Razor Leaf is still going to be chunking you, though. Whiscash doesn't actually hurt that much. Now Whiscash is trapped in now, so let's see what Empoleon does against it. Put the Magmortar to the back. It's got a charge move saved up. I don't think we're going to worry about Mud Bomb, but we should, so take note of that. Empoleon versus Whiscash is not great. I think Magmortar was holding up a little better. Again, probably the reason Empoleon so far down the rankings, but I will make it work. I love Empoleon. I think it's the next community day here. Mud, I already know Mud's gonna hurt Nidoqueen. I was talking to somebody the other day about this tool and the fact that it's all silly graphics and whatnot. I actually kind of like it, but you know, I grew up on Pac-Man and Pong, so you know, it works. Can I get to a Sludge Wave? Leaf Blade, I should be able to take that. Not enough to get to a charge move, but you know, let's see what Fire Punch does to Bellossom. Bellossom. It's probably Bellossom, right? This is a lot cleaner to use on your phone. Actually works really well just to kind of run through. Charizard versus Magmortar. Great. That's fine. We'll just let him leave. So we're shaping up to Empoleon. Really is going to be difficult to use so far. I mean, it's just one team. I have a feeling that no matter what team you design around which starter, you're gonna have a gaping hole somewhere. But we'll see. I thought I saw someone bring nothing but dragons to one battle, so maybe a possibility. I don't know. Let's see. Next round, let's do one more of these, and then we'll kind of recap. Cloyster is going to be bad in a lead, I think. You know what? Let's do Kingdra to start. Cloyster, Magmortar. Magmortar is going to be good against Blossom. That's about it. My mortar's no good for this team. Kingdom Cloister, and let's try Roserade again. Okay, Mud Boy versus Dragon. Is Kingdra Dragon Water? And Kingdra's melting it. Fast moves anyway. Okay, so that is chunking me down. I'm gonna want to bail out of here. Ice. Grass versus ice? I think ice wins? Nope. Why don't I know my type effectiveness? That's fine. That's fine. Roserade will bail me out. Let Roserade go. We've got some energy built up now, almost to a Grass Knot. But it's not going to matter against Charizard. Let's see if we can get 2 of these Grass Knots out and get the shields. Because I like shields. Give them to me. Oh, I actually did get one. Awesome. Went ahead and blocked that. Can we get to another Grass Knot? No. It's okay. King just got a Hydro Pump ready. That should at least get the shield. Probably will get the shield. Won't get to another Hydro Pump, I don't think. Might not have to with the way the fast moves go on. Let's see if we can fast move the Charizard down before it gets to another Dragon Claw. Can. Okay. Alright, and that is over. Cloister, not great. Kind of let that grass move through. Why did I think that grass was not effective against ice? Who knows? I'm still learning all this, so this is why we practice and run through things like this, so we can kind of figure out what's best and what's not, and how to take a hit and how to block them. So anyway, so if you get through this, you're done doing this team or whatnot, you push new match and you come down, and I mean, you can stay on the same page. It's going to save your team here. You can actually name your team Empoleon for the win. We'll save it, and you can actually come back to this exact team, or if you go through and TM it or whatever, you want to go through and change its moves, you can do that. I didn't look at Night Queen enough, but you come back out to this page under the new match, you go battle again, it should come up with a different 6 for you to kind of look at. So, you know, I'm a night owl, I stay up late, I will go through several of these teams and figure out what's the bad lead matchup. To me, if I lose the lead matchup, it's very, very difficult for me to come back. So I want to try and find something that's somewhat safe, but then keep something on the side that's even safer. So, you know, if I do lead that matchup, I can bring in and kind of reload. And this helps figuring out what fast moves you can sit there and take. Sit there and absorb all those fast moves, use a shield when their charge move comes out, throw a couple more fast moves in, and swap out. So now, you know, you swapped in your safe switch, and you've got your lead waiting in the back with a fully charged charge move, maybe 2, depending on how quickly you charge. So this helps with the beginning of figuring out your strategies and how you're going to operate with things. In the Sinister, knowing that I wanted to use Empoleon and that it wasn't going to be effective at getting shields, I would lead with it most of the time, and Waterfall would do some damage. I'd block once, swap it out with a fully almost ready charge move, swap it out, bring in my safe switch, and just grind the rest of the match until it got back to Empoleon. Hopefully shields down, and blast it with a big move. But yeah, that's PvPoke. follow the charge. And the team building guide is kind of what I've been going off of. I really need to get some more of these Pokemon built up here that I want to try out. I'll pull up my list here and you guys can see kind of what I've done to myself. Okay, so these are all the ones I'm looking at. Most of these ones at the top are ready to go. Nidoqueen doesn't have a second move yet, but that's about the only one there that's not ready. But I've got 58 Pokemon marked. I need to find some safe switches in there somewhere. So there's my lowly Blastburn Blaziken. I think Blaziken is going to be my primary team that I build around. I might have to use the Swampert team to begin with, because I think I might have a couple of cups that start before Community Day. But I've already got some Blaziken. Blaziken's ready for Community Day. Look at that little shiny one there. Ranked to 149 at 396. I think that'll evolve pretty close to 1500 when it's Blaziken. So hopefully I can kind of prep the rest of the team, wait for that Blaziken to be ready, and do something fantastic with it. Oh, lots of stuff to catch. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to leave that there. It looked like Reaper could never get things up and running. Probably pre-record some battles next time for you to look at. Have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye.